Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Nicola and I'm White Heron Designs. That's me. Today we are going to do a card which was inspired by a label on a wine bottle, of all things. I can't show you the picture of that because I think because I'm concerned about copyright. However, it was sort of swathes of colour, not stripes. It wasn't as definite as that, and going through different colours as you went along, and there were sort of skeleton leaves as well. So I'm going to do my own kind of version of that. I've had for a very, very long time some watercolour inks, and they are originally by stampsbyme.co.uk, but I don't think they make them anymore. I think these are years old. And interestingly, whilst I did a swatch and did the colours that I've got, I'll put it this way, because they actually have glitter in them, or shimmer, and when you shake them up you get shimmer. So I've got an unshaken swatch and a shaken, because with some of them it does kind of change the colour quite a bit, this one for example. However, what I have discovered is that the greens in particular, this green has turned darker and this green has now become that colour. So isn't that curious? They've been kept in little boxes, so they've been in the dark, but some of the colours are true to the way they were, some of them aren't. So it's quite an interesting one. So anyway, we're going to use coloured swathes, and I'm going to have a go at trying to make these swathes just with paintbrushes. I've got 2 paintbrushes, or I did have. What have I done with them? Oh, here. Put them to the wrong side. So I've got a thicker one and a thinner one. Maybe layering some up. Then I thought, I bought this the other day, these gilding flakes, Cosmic Shimmer gilding flakes. These are called Autumn Leaves, and they've got loads of different colours in them. I thought, oh, I wonder if that would work for the leaves. So we'll have a go with that. And then just in case that doesn't work, I have got these ones. Again, Cosmic Shimmer. These are Warm Sunrise, kind of rose gold and ordinary gold in there. So we could try some of those as well and see which we prefer. I've got a 6x6 card somewhere there, and a slightly smaller panel. Just put my red nail varnish on, and I just realised I've got some on there, so we'll hide that in our painting. If you don't have watercolour inks, then why not try watercolours? If you don't have those, I know you can get acrylic inks. I haven't tried them, to be perfectly honest. Whether those would work or not, I don't know. You can get watercolour brush pens. Maybe that would work. It would be a question of just have a go and see what you think. But once you've seen how I'm doing it, then you will know whether the things that you've got would work. You know, I don't advocate going out and buying loads of stuff if you can avoid it, if you can use something that you've already got. I've got my offcut from making my 6x6 card, which is what I'm going to use to put on some gilding flakes. So we're going to do this first, oopsie, with the watercolours, so that we can get that drying off whilst we then do our Cosmic Shimmer business. The leaves I'm going to use, these ones, I have no idea where I got them from. If anybody knows, then do let me know, but I don't know where I've got them from. And I was going to have a go with this one, because in the on their wine label, it did have sort of skeleton ones, so I thought that probably worked quite well. And then if I want an alternative, these are two separate ones. So I've taped them together so they don't cross over. Never, ever, ever, ever let dies cross over when you're die cutting. I'm sure you know that, but that's why I've got tape to secure them, just so that they stay where they need to be and don't damage each other. Okay, so we're going to use those in a little while. I'll put them to the side. So, colours. I'm going to start with the sort of purpley ones. Again, these, I'm going to use this one, and this one. I'm going to go for them unshaken. But again, the colours do seem to have changed really over time. But that doesn't matter. They still produce the result I want to get. I know because I've had a bit of a play. So I am going to put on an apron to protect me. Just because I don't want to splash myself. Let's start then with number 6. I'm going to put as a bit of a background. So number 6 is this paler one, and it's not, I think I'm using the one I think I'm using. Let's have a go. Yes, it's more somewhat brighter, more candy pinky. Anyway, I'm just sploshing a bit of colour on there. That's the paler one. Then I'm going to go for some of this number 12, darker one. So I'm doing some of my lines a bit longer than others. There's a little bit of bleed, obviously, because that's still wet. It's not sopping wet, but there is a bit of bleed going on. But I quite like the look of that, so I don't mind. I'm not drying between layers. If you want to go back over it afterwards and add more, then you can. I'm putting the lids on each time just because I may well end up with some sort of horrible disaster going on otherwise. I think I'm still finding glitter from my last video, so you know. Oh, that's a nice colour, isn't it? I'm not sure it's a colour it originally was. Rather pretty though. So it's very easy just to splosh on a bit of colour. I'm just going to give that a rinse and dry it off. There we are. And then I'm going to go into my sort of red, orange, yellow. So let's try that red one next. Probably should have done my yellow underneath actually, but never mind. Can always add some more. This will dry that off a little bit. It's amazing how much ink the paintbrush takes up when you think you've only just added a little tiny bit. So this is the orange, which is quite similar to the red, but there is a bit of a difference. Just going to turn it up the other way, just because you tend to have different shapes depending where your brush starts and ends. Might do a little bit of an overlap as well. There we go. Right, rinse that one off. Lid on. A bit of the yellow before we go into our greens. It's just, there is still a bit of colour there, but that's fine. I'll blend it anyway. It's a really vibrant yellow, isn't it? Beautiful colour. And then let's let them merge and mingle a bit. Put a bit of yellow across here. As I say, I can come back. So, do you think that's really pretty though? Clean that off again. Might just give it a rinse actually, because I'm going into the greens next. I've got 2 pots of water here. One, let's dry it a bit. One for really dirty and one for a bit cleaner. So dry that one off. Okay. So in theory, this is the bright green, that colour. You will see that it very definitely isn't. Look at that, that's blue. That's quite nice blue in fairness, but isn't it bizarre how that's... I'm trying to use the edge of the brush, by the way, but it is bizarre how that colour has completely changed from a really vibrant green to now a blue. But these things happen, so there's obviously some sort of deterioration somehow. I don't understand the science of it, I must confess. So then this is my dark green one, which again the colour has changed, but let's pop that in. The gap, it's more, you know, it's much more black really than... What might help is if I just go for a bit of the yellow with it. So I don't want to clean my brush. If I stick this little brush in, and let's just see what happens to the colour if I add that. Let's just go with this. Turn it up the other way again, just because you have a bit of directionality to when where your brush goes. Right, clean that. Bit of I think I quite like the little gaps in there actually, so I think I will leave that. Just going to try a little bit of the yellow on here, just see if it will bleed. Then we've got a bit of bleeding at each end. Clean, rinse, dry. Now then, number 4, I think it was that nice darker colour. And I'm going to go for a bit more of the number 8. Rinse. There we go. Let's just try number 8 again in this section, which is more of a red, pinky red colour. And of course, just having a bit of extra excess colour, should I say, on there will leave an interesting pattern when it dries as well. We'll leave that to dry and we'll come back to that and see. I'm just going to tip that. If you can see that one running down there, that's quite nice. Right, put that to the side to dry. So next step is to do some shimmer, gilding flakes. So I think I would like 3 leaves in a line. So if I do, well, I'll do 2 of one and 1 of the other. So I need 1, 2. So I need that sort of about that much done. I'm just going to do myself a little marker so that I've got enough. Because I'm going to use my Nuvo glue pen, the wide one, the large one, and let it'll go on blue and then it'll dry tacky and then I can put my flakes on. I am just going to lean on some scrap paper so I don't get glue everywhere. And you just want to put a nice layer of glue all over. And let that go off. And what I will do while I'm at it is do this other end. I think that's probably dry enough, so let's try these. Look at that. Look at the colours. Woo. Super pretty. Right, so it's just a question of getting, oh, heck. Not disturbing the whole pot in one go would be the best thing to do. Off they went. Oh, that's a whopper. Don't think we need all of that at once, do we? These tweezers are not the best tweezers in the world, I have to say. Oh, it's different colours on the other side. Oh, hang on, fingers in there. Look at that. It's like a rainbow on the other side of it. Huh. Oh, that's amazing. So this side is really kind of browny, sort of copper colour. This is the trouble, sticks to anything, doesn't it? Look at the colours in there though. Oof. Let's try that, lid on. There is a bit of texture on here because I've used my usual card, which is from the paper books in the UK. It's a 300 GSM card and it's a linen texture. Now, ordinarily, if I've got bigger pieces left behind, I would scoot it into the pot. but that's quite powdery, and I think actually I'm just going to file it in a very special place, namely the bin. Look at the colours in that. Good Lord, that's amazing. I'm just going to hold it up to the camera. See if I can get that showing. Whew. Right, there's a bit more rubbish. Rid of that. All right, let's do this one then. And then we've got a bit of choice about which we decide looks better. When I say we, I rather mean me, don't I? Let's be honest. Although some of you are very good at sending me your telepathic thoughts, I have to say. And scoochy. Out of the way you go. There we are. So, sure it doesn't feel sticky anymore. Oh look, I've got some on my nail. That might stay there forever. Might be quite pretty actually. So we're good to go with these. Find those dies again. So I'll cut out these from both lots of gilding flakes, and I will be back with you to show you how they turned out, and I can then decide. You can send me your thoughts and we can decide how to proceed. Right, I am back again, and I have cut out leaves from both of the gilding flakes sets. Oopsie, what did I do? So that was, those two go together, well that way up in fairness, but so that's come out, and then I've cut two of those, and I've done exactly the same thing with the plainer gilding flakes, and then I have cut layered together 2 layers of plain card for each bit, which can back whichever we decide. So let's get back our inky piece. So I quite like that. And then decide whether we like the colourful ones or the plainer ones. So I think I need to try, let's see, let's go for that and that, with either that in the middle or that in the middle. I think that looks better because it's different. Just try it again. Let's try that way up. Could do it either way, but I think that one's got, no, it's that way up in my view. So there's that option, or do I prefer this option? That's a bit in there. That one, that one, and that one. And actually, that's my preference. Nothing wrong with the other one, but that is my preference, I think. Right, so in that case, what I need to do now is layer up these on top of those. I have got some wispies, as usual, so just going to give them a little scrubby dub. And we'll glue these together. Don't know about a sentiment. Don't know what I want for this. Tricky one. Now, I have to say, this is how I've glued the other layers together, and I found this was the quickest way, for me anyway. But if you don't like doing it this way, then using Natalie from NB Cards' trick of the baster would work well. You could cut them with, you know, double-sided tape on the back. Is that one of them? Yes, it is. You know, do whatever method works for you. This method was working fine for me earlier, so that's what I'm going to continue with. And I have to say, I am going to remove the glasses and just have a quick closer look. Where are my little tweezers? Squeeze those together. There are bits of extraneous glue, so if you just sort of rub your tweezers in there, rub it off every now and again, but just take your tweezers whichever way round they fit, and it just gets rid of those bits that are squidged out. There. There's one leaf. I will get on with the others and be back in a minute. Right, I have now got the leaves 3 layers deep. I have put some foam tape on the back of my card, so I thought that would raise it up nicely. I've done a little hello sentiment, again 3 layers deep, and I've cut that out of the leftover from doing the leaves. And what I'm just trying to decide is whether I want a bit of gilding wax, and I can't decide, so what I thought I might just try is putting some on some scrap, because I'm not sure about the colours together with these, because this is a different, it's a more yellow gold, and that is a more pale gold, more champagne gold, as it were. So I thought if I kind of laid that there, I know it's a bit sticky outy, but do I think I might want that on there? It's just a way of sort of trying it out without having to get it onto the card and test it the hard way if you don't want it. I think I will, you know. So I will put those out of the way, and that. A hello die, which I think came from a magazine. You know how they give you free things sometimes. So let's do a little bit of gold on here. I'm just going to move that out of the way because I do have a habit of dropping bits when I'm doing this. There we go. And whilst I'm doing it, might as well talk about my channel. I'm so delighted how it's going. We've got over 1,800 subscribers now. If you haven't yet subscribed, then please consider doing so. You can set notifications on or off, so if you want to know when I've put up videos, then you can set them on, and if you don't want to know, then don't. It's the little bell notification basically, so either on or off. Also, next week, so this video will go out on Thursday, the what date it's going to be, 6th of March 6th of November, even 6th of November 2025, that's right. So this will go out on Thursday. Next week, I'm not quite sure how it's all going to pan out, because we're going to be in disarray. We're having our kitchen removed and replaced, and I don't know how that's going to impact on filming, to be quite honest. Whether that's going to mean that I can't film because there's too much noise going on with the kitchen being ripped out and then electrician in, plasterer in, and then kitchen refitted, and then the worktops done, and so on and so forth. So it's going to be kind of 3 weeks worth of chaos, for want of a better expression. So I will endeavour to continue with my Monday and Thursday uploads, but please do forgive me if that does go awry. It's not through lack of trying, it's just that I cannot record when there's loads of noise going on, because my craft room is right next to the kitchen. So I will get my apologies in early. I will try to get it done in time anyway, but just in case I can't. Done. Actually, now with that, interestingly, with that gold on there, it reminds me of the wine bottle label even more. Good. Right. Let's do this bit first. Those gilding flakes are still on my fingernail. I'm not sure whether they're ever going to come off. Be an interesting one to try, wouldn't it? Wonder if it sticks permanently, as it were. Oh dear. There we are. There. Got it. Got it. We're all good. Usually coming off the side. I'm already taking it off. No wonder I can't get it off. Oh dear. Nicola, you are a disaster. Pritt stick. Well remembered. Just allows that bit of wriggle room time. My hands on the apron. Okay. Fingers off, fingers out. Right there. Oh. There we are. Lid on the glue. Okay, now then. We're ready for some glue on here. So I think I'll put that one in the middle first, and then put the other leaves each side, and then work out where the hello's going. Now I don't want too much glue on here because I don't want loads seeping out of the sides. So we'll just go very carefully. I'm not going to push it down just yet. just pouncing lightly. And not squeezing much out. And then if I have got a bit of a blob, then just spread it with the end of the glue, which is probably why I have a lump of glue around my nozzle. Right, I will push that one down now, and that one. And then this one, I'm going to put this one up the other way to that one. It's the same shape, but it's sort of a universal up and down, really. There we are, bit of glue on there. And just make sure I got it the right way up. Yep. Let's see, tiny bits of glue here and there. So just get them out now. They will dry clear, but I don't want to see them at all. There we are. Okay, last bit then is the hello. Where's that going? I think that's going to go there. So let's grab you. Lid off again. So this has been some nice, easy playing with watercolour inks, but use what you've got. If you've got watercolours, watercolour pencils, something of that nature, or other inks that you might be able to use, and just have a go at doing some different colours. Don't have to be the same as I've used. Use different colours, whatever colours take your fancy, really. There we are. Move those out of the way. And one finished card. Just hold that down for a moment. So, hope you've enjoyed that one. Thank you very much for watching. And hopefully we'll have 2 videos next week, but just be patient with me if I fail. It'll be in order that you don't have loads of noise going on in the background. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and do come and see me next time, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye bye.